Yeah. Brassy girls everywhere, titty ass hands in the air, somebody over here, shaking for the man of the year, man of the year.
What the fuck is up, everybody? It's Bearded Catman 43 here, back at you with another motherfucking video. So today is going to be another reaction video, but it's not going to be a Vanoss Gaming reaction video. It's going to be a top 5s. Alright, well, that is awesome. So we're just going to keep going with that. But yeah, so today's going to be the 5 creepiest and most convincing ghost photographs ever taken. So when it comes to paranormal things, I really enjoy it, and so I'm probably not going to be too freaked out by this, but there's always that good chance. So let's keep our fingers crossed that I cry like a little bitch. So let's go ahead and jump into this. It's from Top 5s. Put the description down in the link, so let's get to it.
We all love a good ghost photograph, and although they are easily faked and most are quickly dismissed, every now and then a few very interesting and truly creepy photographs emerge that continue to confuse us and as of yet have not been confirmed as fakes. So here are 5 of some of the creepiest and hard to debunk ghost photographs of all time.
Not 6, not 4, 5.
On November the 19th, 1995, the small town hall in the small English market town of Wem was burnt to the ground, leaving just a charred shell. As the locals gathered and watched in horror as the building burnt down, local photo enthusiast Tony O'Rahilly took a selection of photos of the blaze. When he developed the film a few months later, along with the images of fire and light, something more surprising showed up. In one of the photos, there was a young girl standing among the flames. O'Rahilly, who had developed the film role himself, was quite disturbed by the image, so he sent the photograph to the Association for the Scientific Study of Anomalous Phenomena. They concluded the negative was a straightforward piece of black and white work and showed no signs of having been tampered with. They said it was a random, ambiguous image forming the figure of a girl, probably caused by the way debris had fallen. Their explanation
I call bullshit on that. There's no goddamn way. Look at that. That is detailed as fuck. No way.
After their investigation, they thought the photo had been tampered with, which is something O'Rahilly strenuously denied, and the ASSAP was still convinced the photograph was genuine, but was just an illusion. Sadly, O'Rahilly passed away in 2005, and many of his friends believe the stress of the media attention surrounding his photo and basically being called a liar contributed to his death. But in 2010, something very strange emerged. It was a postcard showing a young girl wearing similar clothes to the believed girl in O'Rahilly's
bottom left corner,
standing in a street in Wem in 1922, over 70 years before the fire. Many were convinced that this was the image O'Rahilly used to tamper with the photograph.
I know there's skeptics out there, but come on, like, that is crazy. The belt, you can see the shirt.
The photograph still remains a mystery. The locals of the town believe the girl in the fire photograph is Jane Churm, a young girl who died in a fire that destroyed part of the town in 1677. She can apparently be seen wandering the streets, usually carrying a candle, and many believe it's her in the photograph. Whatever the explanation, the stories behind it are still unsolved, and the photo is definitely up there with the best and most debatable paranormal photographs ever taken. The Spectre of Newby Church. Some of you may have seen this next one floating around.
Questions a lot.
That was taken at Newby Church,
it just doesn't.
Which lies within the grounds of
I don't think it's real. This one I don't think is real.
The church dates back to 1870 and was originally built as a memorial to Patrick Weimer, a man who was captured for ransom by bandits and murdered before the ransom money could be paid, so his mother used the money to build a small church in his memory. As far as a haunted history though, the church actually has very little reports of paranormal activity, which for some strengthens the thought that the photograph is a genuine. It began when Reverend Lord was taking photographs in 1963, when he caught what became the most famous ghost photograph of its time. He took a picture of the altar and reported that nothing out of the ordinary was in the church at that time.
It's just
but
that
when
one
processing
is
the
very
photograph,
believable
it appeared
to me.
to show an invisible hooded figure staring at the camera. What's most terrifying is the figure seems to have a long face with 2 eye holes, sort of like the Scream mask, and seems to be dressed in a long dark robe. The photo has been debated over the years, as many think it looks too staged, almost too good to be true, and a few skeptics have pointed out that the prayer cushions are not symmetrical. It's as if one had been moved to make way for the ghost. Despite this though, the picture has never been proved to be fake and has been analysed by many photo experts, including people from the BBC, and there is no evidence of a hoax or a double exposure. To this day, the 1963 Newby Church Believe Ghost is still one of the creepiest photographs out there, and continues to leave us questioning whether or not a real ghost was captured that day. The Amityville Ghost Boy. Even if you don't know the history behind it, you've probably heard of the Amityville house. It's located at 112 Ocean Avenue in Amityville, and was the inspiration behind the book and film versions of the Amityville Horror. It was where Ronald Defoe Jr. massacred his entire family in 1974, shooting his mother, father, and 4 siblings. It's unclear why he killed them, but there are many theories and mysteries surrounding the case. This eerie photograph was taken inside the Amityville house in 1976.
I don't care who you are, that's creepy.
The murders took place,
it don't matter if it's a person or not, it's creepy. A young boy
with white eyes peeking out of a doorway. The exact details are unclear, but it was allegedly taken by professional photographer Gene Campbell, who was working with paranormal investigators in the house at the time, but the photo did not surface until 1979 when the Lutz family revealed it on a TV show. The Lutz family are the ones who lived in the house after the murders and only managed to stay for 28 days, claiming they were terrorized by paranormal beings and could no longer live there, and it was their experience that inspired the film.
That looks nothing like Ryan Reynolds.
The photo shows
nothing.
The of John Defoe, the 9-year-old brother Ronald Defoe brutally murdered, and others think it may just be one of the paranormal investigators in the house that night, with the white eyes being caused by the automatic infrared camera used to capture the image. Dozens of people have since tried to prove and disprove the Amityville Ghost Boy, but to date there is no knowing whether it's real or not. So, do you think the person in the photograph is a paranormal investigator, or is it the ghost of the little boy who was murdered in that house?
It's hard to tell.
The Bachelor's Grove Cemetery Ghost. Located near Midlothian in a
I have heard
section
about this
of
one
Rubio Woods Forest
and seen it
Reserve in
quite a
Chicago,
bit.
lies the Bachelor's Grove,
all of the
a
different
largely
photos from
almost
here.
forgotten cemetery that has an incredibly mysterious history. The land there was used as a burial ground in 1844, with the last burial taking place over 100 years later in 1965, with the exception of Robert E. Shield, whose cremated remains were buried in his family plot in 1989. In its early years, the area had plenty of families visiting, tending to the graves and picnicking under the trees. But in the 1960s, all that changed when a nearby road leading
At a
to
fucking
the
cemetery,
was
why would you want to go to a
basically
picnic under a
restricting
tree?
access and turning it into an eerie and very isolated place.
Idiots.
Shortly after, it became a favourite place for vandals, and they slowly began to destroy the area, knocking down gravestones, spray painting everywhere, and even opening up the graves. On more than one occasion, human bones were found scattered around the cemetery. It was around this time that unusual activity was reported, and since then there have been hundreds of reports of unexplained sights and sounds in the cemetery, and there is also evidence that the graveyard has been used as a place to perform black magic and occult rituals. But one of the creepiest paranormal photos in history was taken
because
here
of
by
some
Steve
spray
Phelps,
paint, because
who
of
was
a
part of the
pentagram
Ghost Research
spray painted on a
Society, who were
tombstone.
investigating the
You think
cemetery in 1991.
that's stupid.
Like on many paranormal visits,
Yeah,
lots of photos were taken in the area that day.
And you've seen in the
but it was
picture
one of Fowles'
before
photos
that there was
caught
actually
what looks like a
that same
forlorn-looking woman
lady
sat on a
standing in the
tombstone.
very back.
She appeared
Which
to
is
be dressed in
creepy.
old-fashioned white clothing, and parts of her body seemed to be transparent. Apart from the members of the Ghost Society, the graveyard was empty, and none of them have a clue who this person could be. Although it's unlikely, she could have been a visitor who was sat there all the time and no one noticed, or maybe it really is an apparition of one of the poor souls
Just a
buried
person
in the
that
cemetery,
you'd
who had
hate
their
to be that
resting place
person in
disturbed
life
by the vandalism of the
where
graves.
nobody knows you're around.
The Tulip Staircase Ghost. On Sunday, the 19th of June, 1966, Canadian
see a
Reverend
face in
Ralph
there.
Hardy and his wife were visiting
He's like-
London and decided to visit the historical Queen's House section of the National Maritime Museum in Greenwich. They were particularly interested in the Grand Tulip Staircase, so whilst they stood admiring this elegant spiral staircase from the foot of the stairs, Reverend Hardy took a photograph. When the couple returned to Canada and had their
cool.
holiday photos
Since
developed,
it's
they noticed the
zoomed
tulip
out, not
staircase
cropped,
appeared to have a
it's
strange figure walking up
pretty
the
crazy.
stairs. Reverend Hardy confirmed that his wife was
And
making sure the
it's an
area was
illusion
clear
because
of
it
other
looks like it's on the
visitors, as they wanted
outside
to get a
of
clear shot,
staircase
so they
going
can both
up,
confirm no one
but
was
it's
present
really
during the
going
photo.
this way, and it's on
Later
the
that month, the Hardys
staircase.
visited the
So that's
museum
kind of
again
cool.
and tried to replicate the shot with
Optical
the help of the
illusion.
museum photographer. The Ghost
David
Club
Blaine.
also took an interest in the image, and after examining the photograph, they were satisfied that the picture was genuine and decided to investigate the area of the staircase further. On the 24th of June 1967, 7 members of the club spent the night at Queen's house in the hope they could film the apparition for themselves and tried to make contact by holding a seance. But unfortunately, they produced
Dumb
no
idea.
evidence of any
Why would you
paranormal
do
activity.
that? A
But years
seance?
later, in 2002, one of the
You're just
gallery
asking for
assistants
crazy
working
shit to
at the
happen.
house had an unsettling experience when he saw the apparition of a young woman moving across the balcony, passing straight through a wall, and she was apparently dressed in white, old-fashioned style clothing. It's thought this could have been the ghost of a maid who was thrown from the highest banister and fell 50 feet to her death. So could this also be an explanation for the figure in Reverend Hardy's picture?
Could be.
Well, whatever the explanation, there is no denying that that is one creepy and eerie photograph. So that's 5 terrifying believed paranormal photographs. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'm super excited for
Alright.
next week's video.
So we
I'm
made
going
it
to be
through
doing another
without
giveaway, like my
crying.
100K subscriber special video.
So yeah, but top 5s is awesome. They have a whole bunch of different videos like this. I'm just like on the, the outro. 5 incredibly mysterious and unexplained videos. 5 disturbing and unexplained photographs. So I'll probably end up doing more of these just because I enjoy it. But if you want to see them before I do them, then go ahead and jump over to Top 5's channel and check those out. If not, then you can hit that subscribe button, and so when I do the videos, you can see them there. But yeah, so I hope that this is actually working. I guess we'll find out when we go to edit it, and if it does, then you guys will see this video. If not, then I just talked to myself for 10 minutes. But yeah, so I'm gonna upload this one. I may even do another one tonight, just because since it has been a few days since I've uploaded, that I want to get more stuff out. Especially since I just got the camera and the webcam, and I've only been able to use it once and actually put a video up. So, but with that, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. If you guys want to see more of these kind of videos, or even Vanoss Gaming, let me know down in the comments. If there's something else you want me to see, drop it down there. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button so you can see me react to more of these videos. So with that, hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later.